tube.
Whoa! It's a good bit.
We've got it right out the hand. Yeah, got no one. All system.
What's going back?
Welcome to Transit. I'm Jacqueline Shields, and on today's show we're going to be looking at the steam train. That's right, we're going to be stepping back in time before the mobile phone, for the CD player, for the electric and the diesel train, to the grandiose time of the steam train. And at the moment I'm actually on one of Melbourne's last remaining steam trains, and we're on our way to Bacchus March for a family picnic. I've been kindly joined by Barbara Rothwell, train officer on the Bacchus March train, and what Barbara's going to be talking about is the family day to Bacchus March and the background to the event.
Okay, during the year we have all sorts of trains going out, and we have trains for families, trains for what we call gunzels, which are the die-hard fans. And today's trip was, we always set aside either before or after Father's Day, so that we don't actually have it on Father's Day. And when we go up to Family Day, there's room for everybody. The children are allowed to stick their heads out the windows and do all the normal things they're not normally allowed to do on trains.
How many people are on the train today?
Today there's around 445.
That's a colossal number of people.
It's a very, very big amount, and this is one of our most popular trains during the year. When we go up to Bacchus March, there's a big park that's exactly just across the road from it, so people can just take their picnic things and go straight across to the park and have a barbecue picnic there, and there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So it gives them time to wind down and just enjoy themselves, then back on the train, and then we're back to Melbourne.
Fantastic. So it's like basically a 4-hour round trip, including lunch.
It certainly is, yes. Yes, we have longer days where we start at 7:30 in the morning and don't come back until about midnight.
What destination would be there?
There are days when you go to Shepparton, we've been to Warragul, we go all over the state. We have weekenders, which has been up in Colwyn, which is right up the top end of the state. We go to Echuca, Deniliquin. A couple of months ago we went to Deniliquin and had a inauguration of a turntable, and the Honourable Tim Fisher came down and had a play around with it because he's a steam train nut.
I didn't know that. He's an enthusiast. He's a gunzel as well.
He is. We didn't know that either until he actually came down and said, oh yes, got to do this, got to do this. So he, so we get to meet a lot of people and go a lot of places.
Fantastic. And so what is a society that people would need to contact with regard to being involved or taking advantage of what's on offer?
It's SteamRail Victoria, and they're in the phone book under SteamRail.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time, Barbara. 500 odd people on the one train. Not a bad number, eh? I'm now joined by Greg Brown. Thank you very much for your time, Greg.
That's okay.
And now, Greg, you're also known as a gunzel. What is a gunzel?
It's a term that the railways enthusiasts use for enthusiasts that go on all these trips. All these trips like steam and diesel and electric and things like this.
So a gunzel will basically spend their weekends doing this, out and about in the countryside, taking trips out on steam trains and diesel trains.
Oh yes, I'm always been interested in transport. How to get to the point. I can't drive, and
you don't have your licence?
I haven't got one yet. I'm still learning to drive at the moment, but I haven't got a car yet.
Thanks very much for your time, Greg.
That's okay.
Well, this is a bit quirky, isn't it? We've got a little thing on the train here. Must be a little tap. Getting thirsty? Want to wash your hands? Well, it certainly isn't working now, but it would have been a treat back then, no doubt. I'm now joined by Warren Hall, who is a fitter on the Bacchus March steam train. Thanks for your time, Warren.
Yeah, no worries, yeah.
Now, what exactly does a fitter do?
I just look after the maintenance, all the repairs and things that got to be fixed on them. So basically, that's it.
And what's the difference, how does a steam train work for all the people out there, including myself, who don't actually know the ins and outs and technicalities of a steam train as opposed to an electric train?
Well, basically, they're a big kettle on wheels, if you want to put it real simple. They use the fire to boil the water, makes a steam, which is harnessed under pressure to move the train. It's pretty straightforward, really.
A mobile sunbeam?
Basically, yeah, a very big one.
Yeah.
But that's all. The basic principle is very simple.
And for an average trip, and how much coal would you be shoveling, and how many people would be shoveling, and at what sort of speed?
Well, it's like today, you'd probably burn about 3.5 tonne of coal for the day. There's one crew on today, so there's one fireman we do pretty well all of it.
So what sort of shift? He would actually be working for the entire, 2 hours, is it?
Well, actually, the shift for the guys today is about 9.5 hours because the engine's got to be repaired and all that sort of stuff, and then put away afterwards. So, don't just turn up and turn the start button on.
No.
A little bit more to it.
A bit of preparation.
Yeah.
But dirty, hot work, hard work.
Some of it is, yeah. It can be unpleasant at times, but that's the breaks.
So as a fitter, what is that actually called? The person who actually shovels the coal into the furnace?
Fireman.
The fireman?
Yeah, that's his job.
And is he basically in the carriage there on his own?
No, there's two blokes in the crew. There's a driver and the fireman. Actually today the bloke is a fireman. This is his final trip. He's a new bloke getting qualified. So there's actually 3 guys up there today. The third bloke's an inspector or an examiner.
In today's age, in the 1990s, is there much call for steam train firemen?
Yeah, there's a few getting retrained. They're mainly the blokes that are interested in their job and want to get further skills and that sort of stuff. So they're slowly training a few more just to keep things going.
Right. Because when did electric trains take over from steam trains as far as a popular mode of transport?
The diesels and the electrics started in the 50s, and just progressively as I got more took over till the early 70s. Steam was pretty well finished then.
Right, they just sort of petered out basically?
Yeah, as they got more diesel locos, they could retire more steamers, so it was over a few years, slow progression.
And what sort of differences in speed can you look at between a steam train and diesel electric train?
Well, there really isn't.
That's surprising.
Yeah, not really. The only thing is the steam locos are more purpose-built. Like the particular loco today is more a freight engine. They're only allowed 50 mile an hour, whereas the other steamers are allowed 70, the same as diesels. So there's really no difference.
So why diesel and not steam today?
They're more efficient, basically.
In what way?
Less labour needed to maintain them. They're not as messy and so on, or make smoke and all that sort of thing. And they're more efficient, fuel efficient than a steam loco.
Well, I've been on this train for about an hour and a half now, and I tell you what, I think it's about time to go. So I'm going to check out the toilets. I hear they're the lap of luxury, and this is what you could have looked forward to way back in the days when steam trains were run of the mill. Press down and push. Well, it's a little bit cosy in here. Michael, come on in. Make yourself at home. What have we got here? Press. What is this? What is this, Michael?
That'd be the wash basin that comes down.
Oh my God, it is too. Fantastic. We've got some water. Terrific. And we've got the toilet. And as you can see, we just push this down here and it flushes. I've spared you actually me going to the toilet. I'll just do that in privacy. Oh, and I suppose it would fall out onto the train tracks, wouldn't it, Michael?
I've got a feeling it might.
Oh, that's pretty disgusting. Okay, well, out you go then. Give me some privacy. I'll see you soon. Well, here we are in Bacchus March, and we've had a delightful trip on the train, the vintage rail train from Melbourne, from Flinders Street Station. And now we're just going to have a bit of a look at what Bacchus March has got to offer on this family picnic day and enjoy a lunch break.
thank you, Jacqueline. So,
You look very, very tranquil, sitting here just staring out the window on a nice an afternoon, just taking in the view.
quite enjoying it, yes.
Yeah.
Brings back fond memories as a kid. I used to have a lot of interstate relatives, and I'm going through the war that we used to go to Spencer Street and see the trains come in, because it used to be then, and I used to travel by the steam engine.
Yeah.
And sleepers going to Sydney, so
How long did it take to get to Sydney in those days?
I was pretty young then, but I remember it used to definitely take overnight. I think it used to take about 20. Well, I think we used to leave it about 6 and get there the next day sometime.
What about these days? How long does it tend to take to get to Sydney? How long does it tend to take to get to Sydney these days?
Just a few hours by plane.
Isn't it amazing how it's changed? But you can't get over the old train and the atmosphere, though. Is that why you're here today? Because to relive those memories?
I come away with train trips with friends of ours.
Yeah.
I'm not a real train buff, but I enjoyed them, and we go about twice a year.
Well, a day in a steam train is highly recommended. The clickety-clack of the tracks has certainly lulls you in a state of total relaxation. Good for the soul. So next time you have the opportunity of getting away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life and avoiding the diesel and electric trains from the city, jump on a steam train, head out to the country, have a picnic and enjoy.